Right then, I think we're live. I think everything should be good on my end. So let's hopefully just give that a quick check. Everything's alright. It's coming through now in a moment. We'll find out. Yeah, wicked. Right, round one started for Katie Taylor versus Christina Linardatou. Gonna be a tough fight, this one. I don't know how many people will turn up, but you know, I think it's gonna be a good whet your appetite sort of card. This is for obviously Canelo versus Kovalev, which I'm doing later, so might as well just stretch out the vocal cords in preparation for that fight, which is gonna be a big one. So yeah, Linardatou on the front foot, just taking the center ring, shooting to the body, and backing Katie Taylor up to the back foot towards the ropes. Katie Taylor moves out the way, shoots an overhand right, which lands on Katie Taylor, shoots another one, which Katie Taylor ducks out the way of. Shot to the body from Linardatou. Not an easy fight by any means. Obviously, Katie Taylor's stepping up. Linardatou, she's not a full bone at this weight division, but it's Katie Taylor who's got the questions that's going to be asked about her, whether she's going to be able to carry that power or not, or whether she might end up having problems against someone she's expected. Obviously, she's expected to beat Christina Linardatou, but it's a tough ask, stepping up, and she wants obviously the big fights or the bigger fights, and Linardatou isn't one of the bigger names, but Christian Dillon, yeah, I am live streaming, mate. Am I showing the fight? If you're asking if I'm showing the fight, no, I'm not showing the fight. I appreciate, obviously, you want me to show the fight, but I can't. Otherwise, I'll end up getting a copyright strike, which I'm not looking for. But I'll be giving you like kind of like a play-by-play kind of thing. So do feel free to join. But I know obviously you probably want me to show the fight, but I can't. But I appreciate you joining. Smash the like and subscribe if you're new here, Christian. Be good to have you on board for future fights. Last King of Scotland, the Taylor, the first mod. All right, mate. I'm good. How are you? Good to see you here. Just stretching the vocal cords for later. Obviously, we'll be covering Kovalev, Canelo, and UFC 244 at the same time on a blockbuster night for combat sports. So I hope to see you there as well later on, Last King. I was talking about you today with one of my mates. We were just saying that you are always here, aren't we? Aren't you? Sorry. So yeah, Maury Arthur Watara. Sorry, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I'm going to call you Maury from now on. I think I might get trolled here, but go on. Can I tell you a joke? Yeah, you can tell me a joke. By all means, tell me one. Let me know what the joke is. Is it my stream? Gonna catch you out there just in case it's you're saying that's the joke. So I was speaking. Maury, I think I am gonna do KSI versus Logan Paul. I think I will. Like, why not? Because I'm gonna watch it anyway. I might be at a friend's house, but you know, I probably will do it, Maury. Yeah, I think I will. Names, who you got from Masvidal and Diaz? Want to bet on it, but MMA not my specialty. MMA isn't my specialty either. What I'll do right now for you, Last King, I'll drop a message to two of my mates who know MMA inside and out, and I'll let you know what they say. One of them, again, the other guy I was speaking to, my mate G, we're speaking about you because obviously you're always in here. I'll ask him now who, betting wise, who would go for. You know what? For me, I think if you're asking me, obviously you're asking me specifically, I would probably go with. I think I'd go with Diaz. I think a bit more wily, but I'm a bit more of a casual in MMA. To be honest with you, I know I do watch a bit every now and again. I do watch you know, your Amanda Nunes's, your Robert Whittaker's, Adesanya's, and things like that. But I'm not as experienced or knowledgeable as other people are. So I'm just asking my mates now, and I'll let you know what they say when they get back to me. But I would go with Diaz personally. Maury, I don't know what I call a man who's black and white. Please do tell me. Linardatou stepping up on the front foot, just backing Taylor up. She's coming forward, not perturbed off from Katie Taylor, jabbing, shoots a left jab. Katie Taylor in return with a jab as well. Shoots a 1-2 down the pipe, but misses. Taylor just circling around to her right. Is anybody here? What's you guys' opinions on women's boxing? Because for me, I'll get to it at the end of this round, so I've got a bit of time to tell you about it. I know some people aren't too fussed about it, but I do quite like it. It's, in terms of like the UFC stuff. I mean, I love women's fighting in UFC. It's really fun. Is women's UFC, and I want to see that transition from like the women's UFC, the excitement that it has in there, to the boxing ring. Like Delphine Persoon versus Katie Taylor was a banger of a fight, absolute banger of a fight. But those fights haven't quite come like thick and fast for women's boxing, so it's going to take that time. Michael Jackson. I think I've heard that one before, Maury. I think I've heard that one before, but I appreciate the joke nonetheless. I've heard some very contentious jokes in my times. That's not too much of a bad one. But you've asked. I think you've asked before about KSI versus Logan Paul. Who have you got for that one, Maury? Let me know who you think's winning that. Smash the like if you're new here and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate that, helping me out. And whilst you're joining me here, obviously, thank you guys for joining me. I don't know how many people I'm going to get in here, but it doesn't matter too much. Covering the boxing. Listen, with women's boxing, right, I was speaking to Adam Smith yesterday. Interviews up on Boxing News TV. I was asking, like, what's it going to take for women's boxing to get propelled like it's taken in the UFC? And part of the reason why I think people don't take it as serious as the men's is, in UFC with women, they're fighting the full 5 minutes of each and every round, whereas in the women's game, they're fighting 2 minutes, whereas the men fight 3 minutes. Now, this is the thing. If good left hook, Linardatou is down off of a slip. Are they calling it a slip? Yeah, they're calling it a slip. If the women are fighting full 5 minutes in UFC, why can't they fight the full 3 minutes? Sorry, in boxing. Why is that difference? And you can't have that if you want it to be taken as seriously as the men's. Good right hand there from Linardatou on Katie Taylor. If you want women's boxing to be taken seriously, you have to have it on that same level. You can't promote it as women's boxing, but then have it. You can't say boxing is boxing. You've not got women's boxing, you've not got men's boxing. You have to have it the same. It can't be any different for me, or at least it should be. In the future, we should look at doing that and bringing it 2-3 minutes like they do with the UFC. They fight the full 5. So I think that's a step that we need to take for women's boxing. But Katie Taylor is someone, she's got that support. She's got that bit about her. She's obviously very talented in the women's game, collecting the belts, moving up now. There are fights out. They've just signed breakers, haven't they, for Matchroom Boxing. That could be a fight down the line. Your Serranos as well. McCaskill wants a good right hand again from Katie Taylor. Linardatou doesn't seem bothered at all by Katie Taylor's power or anything like that. 1-2 from Katie Taylor. Shot to the body from Linardatou. Backing her up to the corner and then shoots 3 hooks left, right, left to the body. Steps in toe to toe. Gets off like a hook. Overhand right there from Linardatou lands. And a hook on the inside lands as they're separated by the referee. Ben S. Not enough good women boxers in the pros. I agree, like, there's not a lot of depth here, but that's because I think, like with the UFC, it takes time. And now you had obviously Ronda Rousey dominating in the UFC, and then now that kind of the more complete fighters are coming in for women's MMA. And I think down the line we'll get that with boxing. At the moment, you are right, though. I agree. At the moment, we just need to see a lot more. But there are some people coming. Savannah Marshall, I saw her live in Newcastle. Savannah Marshall looks really good, and she looks like she's got that spite about her. I tweeted out because she fought this woman called Curry. I tweeted out that Savannah Marshall went through Curry faster than I went through mine last night. She finished Curry off really quickly. She's one to watch, I think. Obviously, as well, people say what you want about her, but what's her name? I forgot her name now. What's the shit? I forgot her name. The one whose brother, or allegedly, one who's associate of her, hit the trainer. I forgot her name. But she's a good fighter as well. KSI, fair enough. If you've got KSI for that fight, it's gonna be a tough fight, man. Like, for both of them. Logan Paul's been training. KSI's been on tour. Listen, if you think it's not like a proper fight or anything like that, that's fine. But those two are going to go and fight each other. And for me, it looks like, I think Logan Paul looks like he's got Clarissa Shields. Thank you, Ben. I'll get onto that in a moment. It looks like Logan Paul's been taking his training a lot more seriously. Like when I was at the press conference for Logan Paul KSI right in London, Logan Paul was in this really tight shirt. I'm not trying to say anything about the tight shirt, but when he turned around and you saw his back is absolutely massive, and that's going to carry the power for someone like Logan Paul, and that could tell in this fight. So Logan Paul is someone maybe I might be plumbing for at the moment in terms of this fight, but King MF or Cozy, have you a link to watch the fight? I can't give you links, King MF. I apologize. I would love to under normal circumstances, but I'll end up getting shut down. I'm doing play-by-play for this, so please do drop a like and subscribe if you are new here. And I'll be a play-by-play, but links are out there if you want to find them, but I can't provide them. Main event for KSI Logan is 6 or 4 a.m. mate. It's going to be late. It's going to be one of them. It's probably around 4 a.m. I think. Can't keep it too late. But there's another fight on there, Maury. Do you know that Faye Sensei's fighting Bruckner? 1-2 down the line on Katie Taylor. 1-2 down the pipe, sorry, from Katie Taylor. A shot to the body from Linardatou. It's all Linardatou on the front foot, then Katie Taylor circling around trying to get some shots off. I see Amir Khan in the crowd. I've seen a couple of faces around the crowd. I've yet to see Dave Allen. I've seen Al Siesta in there as well. Women's MMA is massive. Exactly, Last King. This is the thing. If women's MMA is massive, there is absolutely no reason why women's boxing can't be just as massive as women's MMA. It just takes those couple of fighters to be that spark, to cross into the mainstream, or have that bit of character about them. Katie Taylor's quite nice and stuff, but people do like Katie Taylor. She's got a big following, obviously, over in Ireland. She's got a bit of a following in, mainland UK, England and things like that. People in America love Katie Taylor as well. But it's just going to need that something just to cross over. At the moment, you get Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields. She's made news. She's made headlines. Clarissa Shields. She's got that confidence about her, and it needs people like that. Forget about her as a character for a moment, as a person as a moment, but it needs characters and people like that to make those headlines. I don't want headlines like that of people, attacking X, Y, and Z. That's not what I want, but they do need to make those headlines as well. I've got Taylor on points for Mayaka. Yeah, it's looking that way. I've not been keeping too much of a eye on it. Let's see what they're saying. Linardatou's only been beaten by Delphine Persoon, and we know what happened with Persoon and Katie Taylor. For me, I think people are sleeping on that being a potential fight of the year. For me, it is in the candidates for fight of the year. It was a really good fight. Obviously, there have been a lot of good fights in the men's game as well, but that should be considered. Uppercut and then left hand from Linardatou as they exchange. Good couple of shots like a hook, and then Katie Taylor moves out of the way. Takes a jab there. Does Katie rocks her head back. She looks to clinch. She's in the centre of the ring. She doesn't look too tired yet, but Katie Taylor does have that thing where she does tend to huff and puff towards the end of the fight. 1-2, and then she moves out the way, circling round to her right. Good combination there, 3-punch combination from Katie Taylor. Then a hook, then moves out the way, just out the way of a overhand right. A jab, takes a body shot, then they clinch. Inside, she eats a hook and another one, and then they're separated by the referee. Mac 1017. Crolla hasn't fought yet. Don't worry, we will be covering that here. One sec. Sorry, I didn't realise my thingy's all over the place. But no, Crolla hasn't fought yet. Right hand from Linardatou. Steps in with a 4-punch combination, ending with 2 hooks, one to the body, then to a right. And then Katie Taylor slips a right hand and moves back to the centre of the ring. Four-punch combination from Katie Taylor. A couple of the first 2 punches get through to the head. Another punch to the head gets through as well as a right hand. Shoots to the body to Linardatou, but she's out of range. Steps forward with the jab, does Linardatou, but again, Katie Taylor moves out of range. Linardatou hunting her down, trying to cut down the ring. Shoots an overhand right, which lands right on the bell. And they go towards their stools. Savannah Marshall won't last 5 rounds with Clarissa Shields. Right, but if it's marketed properly, Ben S., it won't matter too much because it should be a big enough fight to launch a platform for women's boxing. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I want to see when you get those, those mega fights. I suppose there would be in the women's division. Your Savannah Marshalls and Clarissa Shields, or Cecilia Breakhouse versus Taylor. It should be marketed to a level where they get that attention, and that's what I want to see. You do Nate Diaz and Ryan Garcia. I am. Maury, Everyone here in the chat, this is me whetting my appetite and my conversation for later on. Starting at 2 a.m. UK time, I'll be streaming Canelo Kovalev and the UFC 244 live reaction here on this channel. So do join me. I'm going to need that help from you guys in the wee hours of the morning to keep me going. I'll be having one eye on the MMA. I'll be having one eye on the boxing. And like when the lull times happen for each of them, when we're waiting for fights, I can give you like the play-by-play for things for either or both of them. See how it goes. But yeah, we can all live react to it on here. So should be good. Yeah, I'm doing the Kovalev fight. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Shields could be the Ronda Rousey, but her personality is unbearable. It is unbearable for some, but they love it over there in America. People love that shit. They eat that shit right up, and that's the thing. You like to you find her unbearable, but that's what you want. It's almost the Nassim Hamid thing where you hate him, but you might watch him. Maybe you wouldn't watch him, but you would want to see him knocked out, wouldn't you? You want to see that from someone like Clarissa Shields. So that's what you kind of want. You want that. You don't want to be indifferent about boxers. That's where you don't get the eyes on the product. You have to have an opinion on them. So it's better to like them or dislike them than being different. At least that's how I feel anyway. It's almost like a wrestling perspective in a sense. Shot to the body from Linardatou on Taylor. She's hunting Taylor down. Taylor's boxing pretty well on the back foot. She's ducking out the way of punches, moving now to her right. Not shooting a lot though. We're in what round? I can't see it. It's covered up by my laptop. It doesn't matter too much. I think it's the 6th or 7th. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, we're in the 6th, last 40 seconds. Also, I asked Adam Smith yesterday, in light of WWE having a women's wrestling match in Saudi Arabia, are we going to get a breakthrough and are we going to get a women's boxing match in Saudi Arabia? And he told me, you can see it on Boxing News TV, he told me that he and Eddie have been asking and talking about whether they can get that fight on that card in Saudi Arabia. So something could be in line for somewhat of a breakthrough in women's boxing, and you know, the Saudi Arabia sort of situation in having a women's boxing fight in America. With the women's wrestling, it seems a lot more likely. Obviously, they had them covered up in Saudi Arabia, and it's a little bit different with women's boxing. You have to kind of show certain things to help with the point scoring and stuff. So if it can be done, it looks like it will be done. Maybe not on this card in December, but further down the line, it looks like the possibility for that happening in Saudi Arabia is there. Terry Harper won on points on the undercard. Great fight. Felix Cash versus Jack Cullen was a terrific fight. Felix Cash stopping Jack Cullen, I believe it was in the 8th. After knocking him down in the first round, I missed that bit, but he knocked him down again in the 7th. Got up for the 8th, but the referee waved it off after a barrage of punches from Felix Cash. Was a really good fight. I thought it'd be the sleeper fight of the night. It seemed to be that right now, but it was a really good fight. Crolla hasn't fought yet. No, he'll be fighting soon. Not last King of Scotland on that. Not yet, mate. Crolla's after Taylor. You streaming Diaz and Kovalev and Ryan Garcia or not? Maury, I am. Yeah, I'll be on 2 a.m. Come join me. Ryan Garcia, what time? I'm not sure what time. I imagine it'll be the Chief support. It is the Chief support, isn't it? Ankar has pulled out, hasn't he? Apparently there was some visa issues or some shit, so that fight's not going on. I think there's one other fight. I can't remember what the card is, but there's a couple of decent fights. Obviously, Canelo Kovalev is the one you want to watch, but in light of obviously UFC 244, what Gastelum versus Till, Diaz versus Masvidal. I think there's one more. Again, I'm forgetting, but anyway, really good fights on that card, and then with Canelo and Kovalev. So we've got a lot as combat sports fans. We've got a lot to fill our boots with tonight. Good night for like fighting fans. Buzzing that Sky got the fight. No need for a stream tonight. I mean, I always don't stream, but yeah, I've got it on Sky Go right here. So Sky Sports main event. Katie looks a bit banged up. Katie always does. Katie always good overhand right again from Christina there. Medusa smacking a solid stone-like right hand, then hitting a left hook. Katie Taylor feeling the pressure here from the relentless pressure of Linardatou. She lands a 3-punch combination, then moves out of the way, which is good. Lands a right hand again as well, and moves out circling towards the right, then out of range. Medusa steps forward and hits a right hand right on the chops of Katie Taylor. This is tough work. This is tough work right now. Katie looking a little bit tired. Mouth's open from Katie. Has anyone else seen her documentary on Netflix? I actually thought it was really good. I actually thought it was a really good documentary, really good insight into someone like Katie. I'll go into it more after the end of this round. Good right hand there from Katie. Then moves out of the way. Covers up well. Blocks her left hook. Shot to the body she eats from Linardatou. This is like cat and mouse, or rat and mouse. As good overhand left there from Linardatou, as she catches Katie coming in with a right hand, and they're separated from at the bell for the next round. AA Boxing and Blunts, great to see you in here, AA. Always love seeing that little Kermit icon in here. AJ said he's asked for it. Yeah, I mean, I asked Adam Smith as well. Like, it's just that with what happened recently, or what on Thursday with the wrestling card, was it Natalia Neidhart and Lacey Evans having that women's wrestling match. It seems that ever that closer now that we could get a women's boxing match in Saudi, which is big. It is really big. Ginger Guy 125. Ginger Guy 125. First time I'm seeing you here, so do smash the like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be great to have you here. Getting fed up with Sky Sports bias, to be honest. They hardly ever acknowledge the skills of the away fighter. So I can't give you too much about maybe recent bias, because I was B Sport with Warrington, but I was at the Newcastle card doing media for Ritson Davis Jr. And I heard that apparently the Ted Cheeseman commentary was really bad. I haven't watched it back yet. I need to watch it back because I want to watch that fight, because it's a very contentious fight. Some people had it Cheeseman, at least on our side from the media. A lot of people had Cheeseman and ended up then going with the draw. I haven't watched it back. Apparently, everyone was quite pro Cheeseman. But yeah, it is a bit of a commentary of a bit of a comment that people make about Sky Sports with the biased commentary. Like Adam Smith said, they called it down the line with what they saw with Delphine Persoon versus Katie Taylor. I'll relate it back to Katie Taylor being in the ring now, and they had it a tough fight for Katie Taylor, even saying that Katie Taylor might have lost that fight. Some people saying that good right hand there from Linardatou. She's getting caught a little bit more now. Is Katie Taylor hits a 1-2, which is covered up by Linardatou, then circles around to the right. Another two landed on the gloves, and another one which landed from the gloves. Linardatou just stepping forward, brushing it off. Katie Taylor clinches just to get some respite, and then is separated by the referee. Really pouring on the pressure is Christina Linardatou. But yeah, Adam Smith was saying that, we'll call this down the middle. And to be fair, they did with Delphine Persoon and Katie Taylor. And they said they would with this one as well. I can't hear it because I'm talking and I'm talking over you guys. So I can't really say if it's biased or unbiased at the moment. But again, it's something I have to watch back, especially with the Ted Cheeseman one. Maury, I'll find out for you at some point. Maybe after this fight, I'll let you know what time it's scheduled for Ryan Garcia, but I don't have it to hand at the moment. Steve Wellings. Steve, were you working today? Because my sister, obviously, she's at uni. She said she saw you, so do let me know if it was you she saw. Katie looking so classy, mate. She's in it. She's in tough here. She's in real tough. Good jab gets through after a punch. Good 4 or 5 punch combination. Linardatou is coming forward. Smacks a right hand right on Katie Taylor, and an overhand right. Katie looks in trouble here. Winging in shots. Katie just backing up out of range. Eats a jab and a right hand and lands a jab of her own. A little bit wild here from Linardatou. If she can compose herself a little bit, she's landing shots as they trade and they're separated on the bell. Was that the last round? No, it wasn't. Sorry, I don't have the last round ticker on the box on the bottom left. Let's have a look what you guys are saying. Where am I? Dylan York. Dylan, good to see you here. Smash the like. Remember, guys, there's 11 of you here. This is just an appetite for later on. I am streaming both the Canelo Kovalev card and the UFC 244 card, so it'd be good to interact with you on both those cards and what is a big night for fight sports. So I'll be live from 2 a.m. so don't forget to, if you're awake, join me on this live stream. That's great to see. There's a little child in the crowd with a Go Katie Taylor sign, which is brilliant to see. That's the kind of thing you want people seeing Katie Taylor, wanting these little young children getting into boxing, female young kids as well, getting into boxing, which is great. Yeah, evening, Steve. What's up, Dylan York? It was boxing and blunts. It was cringy. They were saying Ted deserves credit for trying to box, giving him rounds for not getting involved in fight. This is the thing, and this is part of the bias, because Ted Cheeseman showed something we'd never seen with Ted, because he boxed on the back foot. He was often critiqued for blocking shots with his head, and he didn't do a lot of that. He showed feints. Ted Cheeseman showing feints. You know what I mean? And he wanted to show a different type of Ted coming up against Scott Fitzgerald, and maybe that's part of why people went for Ted Cheeseman. But I need to watch it back. I want to watch it back. Katie Taylor on the back foot eats a right hand as she steps back towards the ropes, trying to get out of the way, circling towards her right of Linardatou, who just keeps coming forward. Are we in the last round? Where are we? Oh, in round 9 of 10. Yeah. As I was saying, for some of you guys who weren't here earlier, I asked Adam Smith, like, to take women's boxing seriously. I think not that people don't take it serious, but to bring it right up to the level where it can get higher, they need to have it 3-minute rounds. They can't have it 2-minute rounds, especially with the UFC. If the women in UFC are going for 5 minutes, there's no reason why the women in boxing aren't going for 3. Good 1-2 from Katie Taylor. The 2 gets through, shoots a jab to the body, then goes overhand with the right, does Linardatou, but she misses. Stepping on the front foot, but she's clinched by Katie Taylor, just stopping the offense from Linardatou. Just keeps coming forward, does Christina. Good 1-2 again. A little bit smothering her work here is Linardatou. Bit brash and a bit obvious with the hook that she's trying to land. Stepping forward again. Katie Taylor ducking, slipping to her right. Taylor's winning this, but I thought she lost narrowly to Pursoon. I watched the first half of it. I think the first 6 rounds back or whatever it was. The other day on the way up to I was at the weigh-in for Taylor Linardatou the other day, and I watched it back because I thought it was a really good fight actually. It's hard to say. Lost narrowly to Pursoon. It's a very close fight, a very, very close fight for sure. Got my mate just lost. Jack Cullen, cracking fight. Anyone watch it? I did. I caught Jack Cullen versus Felix Cash. I was saying to people, it could be the sleeper fight of the night, and it was a really, really good fight. I missed the first round, so I didn't see the first drop, but that 8th round and the rounds preceding it were absolutely on fire. Really good fight. Domestically, we've had some really good fights, and that was another one for the Commonwealth bout. Felix Cash, saying it was a bit of a breakthrough fight for him, and potentially, yeah, we'll see where he goes on from this. But both fights done really well. 10th and final round for this one. Smash the like and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. They've got it 3 rounds to Katie Taylor on Matthew Macklin's card. Stepping on the front foot is Linardatou. Shoots to the body. Katie Taylor sees it coming. Sees the left hook. It's just way too obvious from Linardatou. Steps forward. Eats a jab on her way out. Katie Taylor with 1, 2, 3 combination. Someone's mouth guard has come out. Is it Katie's? No, it's Christina's mouth guard. She wanted to fight on. She wanted to fight on. She didn't want to be stopped. That's hilarious. She would have fought on without a mouth guard. Fair play to her. But this is wasting a bit of time. Gives Katie that time to recover in the final round. She has to pour on that pressure if Matthew Macklin's card is right. Covered up with left hook. Katie did really well to read that, because if she didn't, that left hook looked nasty. She got it caught in the gloves, and again she's seen it again. Good defensive work there from Katie. She steps on the back foot, moves out the way quite well there. Moves out the way from jabs and right hands here. Does Katie Taylor. Double jab here. It's blocked by Linardatou, but it's just to put her off. Katie Taylor steps towards the back of the ropes, covers up again. She's doing a lot of defensive work here. I think she knows she's got it in the back. She doesn't need to engage, get caught with anything. Another shot to the body from Katie Taylor on Christina. Ole's in the crowd, steps out of the way of a right hand. A better movement, a better display in the 10th round here than it was in the Pursoon fight. Ooh, eats a right hook there and a left there. Doesn't want to eat too many of those. And an overhand right there. Christina looking a little bit tired here. She's just got to put it on if she wants to pull something off. A jab from Katie. And the bell for the last round rings. Well done. Good fight there. Ended up being a pretty good scrap, actually. I enjoyed that. Smash the like and the subscribe button if you're new here. It's got 22 people in here. Smash the like and subscribe. Great to have you in here. I am live reacting to Katie Taylor and Christina Linardatou, as well as Crolla versus Urquiaga. I think I pronounced that right. As well as 2 AM. Please do join me. Canelo versus Kovalev and UFC 244. Great to have you on board here on the channel. Lots of new faces. I'm going to go to see what you guys thought of it in the chat. Let me know who you if you were scoring this, who you've got winning that fight. Matthew Macklin had Katie Taylor by 3 rounds. Good fight though. I enjoyed that. Another good fight for women's boxing. They're going 96-94. So Matthew Macklin giving that last round to Linardatou. Let's see what you guys thought. Here we go. Got my evening AM blunts. Yeah, I was working today. So I guess my sis did see you then, Steve. If you're new here and you haven't listened to the Boxing Asylum Nuthouse podcast, go over to the Boxing Asylum Nuthouse podcast. Just type in Boxing Asylum on YouTube. Subscribe to that channel. Listen to it once. Live Sundays, 8 PM on Mixler.com. And as well, it's uploaded on Mondays. Subscribe to that channel. Listen to the podcast. Listen to it once. You listen to it every week. It's that kind of podcast. It's really, really good. I back Cullen to get the stoppage. Unlucky. Last King of Scotland. He's from my town. 5 minutes down the road. Got to back your locals. Hell yeah. Good point about the girls. Keep killing them. Interviews aims. I'll be your Umar. IFL Umar. I'm just having fun, man. If anyone doesn't know, I'm interviewing for Boxing News TV as well. Go over to Boxing News TV. Smash the like and subscribe on the videos there. I've managed to interview Eddie Hearn, which is really fun. I've interviewed quite a number of people now, but it's just really, really cool. I'm having a lot of fun with this. About to get the decision here for Katie Taylor versus Delphine Persoon. Eye test says I think Katie Taylor's just come through this, but I mean, you know, I haven't had too much of an eye on it. Persoon beat Katie, mate. Ryan Foreman. A lot of people think that, and I don't blame you for thinking that. It was a close fight, tough fight. Linardatou throwing from too far out. Taylor's footwork throwing her off balance. Just gonna, here we go. Scorecards here coming through. 96-94. 97-93. This is Katie Taylor. Yeah. It's gotta be. Katie Taylor wins. She's now champion, having stepped up a weight, winning the... What is this? Is this WBO? Yeah, WBO title. Well done to Katie Taylor. Making history is Katie Taylor. She's got a bit of a shiner on that left eye there, but she's come through better than she did against Delphine Persoon. So fair play to her. Crowd are on fire for her. Great to see as well. But those big fights there now, they're ever close, and I want to see them. I definitely want to see them. Breakhouse is signed for Matchroom. It's hard to find the depth in division, but give me that Persoon fight again. Persoon has fought at this weight. I think she has fought at this weight. Sorry, she might not have, but anyway, because Persoon has fought Linardatou before. Give me that Persoon rematch again. I'd love to see that, either at this weight or stepping down a weight class. I want to see that again. If we're not getting a big fight, you know, in the division, like, you know, your Shields and your Breakhouses and things like that, whatever, give me the Persoon fight for sure. Like you said, yeah, Linardatou throwing from too far out. Taylor's footwork throwing her off balance. Yeah, it was just too far out and too obvious. Sometimes she was just a little bit rash with the work, and Katie Taylor had obviously seen it, obviously taken a few of them, and known what was coming. Smash the like and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. 18 people viewing now. 12 likes. Help me bring it up if you can. Dylan York. Gotta love Coogan though. Haha. I mean, everyone in the media game who's interviewing does a good job in my opinion. But yeah, got to meet Coogan as well. Had a few words with him. Dreamweaver, what's going on in the match? Who's winning? It's just finished. Dreamweaver. Katie Taylor has now won the WBO. Is it super lightweight? Is that where we're at now? But she's won stepping up a weight class. Sorry, she's won the WBO championship. 2-weight world champion Katie Taylor. After sending a DM or what it was, or a text to Eddie Hearn, asking, you know, if we can have that meeting. I saw this on her Netflix movie. She's overwhelmed here, getting a lot of love from the crowd. Absolutely lovely to see. See, listen to the crowd here, and this is for women's boxing. This is great. So I'm just listening into her interview. Was a tough fight, man. Let's see what you guys are saying whilst we're waiting. Linardatou wasting 2-minute shots. She was just a bit too obvious towards the end of it in terms of the punches that were coming for Katie Taylor. I think she was able to read it and then cover up quite well. There was a vicious looking left hook that Katie Taylor covered, and if she did cover that, she was going to be rocked by it. She had to go gung-ho. Agree with Steve and Last King of Scotland. She had to go gung-ho. She tried. Didn't manage to, unfortunately. Katie Taylor's come through with it. Come on, just waiting for a Crolla on points for the cheeky hacker. I hope it goes through for you, Last King of Scotland. The Taylor. Let me know how much you stand to win, Last King. Bro, Garcia fights 4 AM. Mate, Maury, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there at 4 AM. I'm streaming from 2 AM, so join me. Everyone in here, join me at from 2 AM reacting to Canelo Kovalev and the UFC 244 card. Can't wait for Diaz fight. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. She was tough. Medusa, just Katie was too clever. Hell yeah. She showed some good movement, good footwork, good slipping as well. And then was able to get off some combinations to then nick those rounds. Ginger Guy, what's the general consensus of women doing 3 rounds? Ginger Guy, I don't know if you were here. I asked Adam Smith, like, is this something we need to see? Do we need to see women's boxing move into 3 rounds? Because the women do it in MMA, and if they can do it in MMA, then they can do it in boxing. There should be no... Like Eddie said before, like, it's just boxing. There's no women's boxing. There's no men's boxing. Well, at the moment, when there's a difference, when men are fighting at 3 minutes and the women are fighting at 2, there is a difference. So the women need to... We're getting... it's great that we're getting our women getting this highlight and this stage right, to get like the cameras on them and have this airtime, which is brilliant. But they need to now, I think, the next step forward is for them to fight those 3 rounds. There's no reason why they shouldn't. And hopefully as well, in light, I asked Adam Smith as well, in light of the wrestling match in Saudi Arabia, there could be a women's boxing match in Saudi Arabia too. So look out for that. They're trying to get that. Macklin's tightening his scores up so he doesn't look biased. Taylor won most of the rounds. Sky commentary is shocking. I can't hear it, so I can't comment on the Sky commentary, unfortunately. But I do want to listen to the Ted Season back at some point. Got some new faces in. New faces here. If you're new, please do smash the like and subscribe to the channel. I live react to the boxing fights, the big cards like this. Come join me UFC 244 at 2 AM and Canelo Kovalev. I'll be live reacting to that. Check out some of the stuff I do on the channel, the Contender Division, making you laugh, throwing in some memes, looking back on it. I do interviews as well for Boxing News TV. So go to some of these events and get interviews with Eddie Hearns and etc. Go over to Boxing News TV and smash the like and subscribe to the channel. And as well, smash the like and subscribe to Boxing Asylum Nut House Podcast, the best boxing podcast there is out there. Boxing Asylum Nut House Podcast, live from Sundays, 8 PM on Mixlr. They'll be back on YouTube soon, I'm sure. They're trying to work it out. But in the meantime, Steve gets them up on Mondays, so you can listen to the new podcasts every Monday as well. Boxing Asylum, the Nut House Podcast. Listen to it once, you'll keep listening to it every week. It's that kind of podcast. Let's see what you guys are saying. Ginger Guy 125. If Katie's eye swells up much more, it'll have its own gravitational field. It looked rough. Terry Harper. Terry Harper obviously won as well. She beat Obanoff, didn't she? Obanoff is a tough fighter. Obviously upset Natasha Jonas, but Terry Harper looked pretty good against Obanoff there. So could see some good things from Terry Harper. I know Dave Allen's got a bit of a liking to Terry, saying he's the best thing to come out of Doncaster, beating David Allen, of course. Paying out our subscriptions for absolute dross. What is that? You mean DAZN, Last King? That's her mum, Bridget, in the ring. You got an eye on Bridget, have you, Steve? Good luck with your bet, LKS. Hell yeah. 300 quid back, mate. Well, I'm rooting for you. Crolla and points. That's what we're going for on this channel. Crolla and points for Last King of Scotland. Cheese Axis. Listen, I'm not showing the fight directly. I appreciate people want that. I can't do it, otherwise I'll end up getting a copyright strike, and I'm not looking to do that, but I will give you the play-by-play and live react to it with you guys, but I can't show you the fight. You guys are savvy enough, you know, if you want to find the fight online, you can, but I can't give you that on the channel, unfortunately. If I could, I would, but I can't. Are you going to stream Ryan Garcia and Canelo fight? I will be live streaming for Ryan Garcia and Canelo and the UFC 244 card live at 2 AM. So do smash the like and subscribe to the channel. Set your notifications on as well if you want. I'll be there at 2 AM. I'm going to need the help from you guys at 2 AM. It's going to be 2 AM here, possibly finishing at like 6 AM. You know what these cards are like over in America. Us Brits have to stay up for it. So come and keep me company from 2 AM. I'll be there. Smash the like and subscribe to the channel, and you can join me. As long as they don't get paid the same, I'm good with 2 minutes rounds. Less time watching women try box. Fair enough. If it's not your thing, like, you know, you can't be forced to watch it. And I get that. Not everyone's gonna like women's boxing, but women's UFC is brilliant. Women's boxing, there's talent there. If a women's boxer catches fire like Ronda Rousey, then they're gonna get paid a heck of a lot. Hey, they're gonna get paid a heck of a lot, aren't they? Inside and outside the ring. The stuff that Ronda Rousey was done is incredible. She's paved the way, and she said that you can do that as a woman in these spheres, these male-dominated spheres. So you might see it. You might end up seeing it. Ryan Forum, good time to get into boxing media. Just keep the grind. You can't fail. I appreciate your support, Ryan. I really do appreciate the support of yourself and everyone here who's watched the video, who's ever hit the like, who's ever subscribed to the channel. Honestly, I'm just having fun with it. I've had people help me along the way, like Steve. I've had you guys in here, like Last King of Scotland, who doesn't miss a stream. I've had you guys who join me on the streams as well. And I'm just taking it as it comes and having fun. But I appreciate you with the kind words there, Ryan. Katie's drawing them young girls in. She could be the spark for women's boxing. Hell yeah, Last King. This is the thing, like, you know, with the contentious things, like, let's take, for example, Saudi Arabia, right? Boxing over in Saudi Arabia. And I'm kind of like a glass half full sort of person where, you know what? It might be shit, you know, Saudi Arabia money. And, like, obviously boxers have to get their money and things like that. But people think, well, Saudi Arabia, blah, 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 politics. I'm not going to talk about politics over here. But the way I see it is, like, if 10 years down the line, like with the wrestling, they've already got these Saudi Arabian talents coming through. If 10 years down the line we get a brilliant Saudi Arabian boxer who comes out obviously from that country, it's gonna be great to have you know, some new talent from a new area. Like, take for example Nassim Hamed, whose roots were in Yemen, which is, you know, around that area, and what he did for the sport. So, you know what I mean? These sort of good things can happen from, like, that's like with Saudi Arabia. And then women's boxing, it takes one woman for other people to watch that, think I can do it, get to those gyms, and later on down the line, you might see a character pop up who carries the sport onwards. How do you feel about the rehydration clause for Canelo Kovalev? Last King of Scotland has just answered your question. I completely agree with him. It is Canelo 1, 2, and 3. I'll just answer Steve quickly. Steve Wellings, back in work tomorrow. Good luck with the stream later, Ames. I can definitely say I won't be staying up. No worries. Steve is just exiting here as well. We're sticking around for the Crolla fight, but do subscribe to the Boxing Asylum Nuthouse podcast. You can search up on YouTube and listen to the podcast live on Mixer, 8 PM on Sundays. Mixer.com/the Boxing Asylum, or catch up on Mondays. It's on, the podcast is put up on YouTube. They will have the weekend's action covered with their own takes with the panel, and dropping in a lot of good banter as well. And the bellies of the week is something that can't be missed every week. So do go over to Boxing Asylum House podcast. But appreciate you being in here, Steve. Go do what you've got to do. But I appreciate you joining in. Yeah, don't blame me for staying up, but I mean, I suppose I will be. Back to what you were saying. Sorry. Ginger Guy 125. How do I feel about the Canelo rehydration clause? For it's like Last King of Scotland is saying, it's typical. Let me just check if my alerts is working quickly. 1 second. Is that working? I'm just going to give that a quick check. Sorry, whilst I give myself time to think about your thingy. Hopefully that does work now, if it isn't working. Streamlabs. Because, is the chat coming through on the stream? I don't think it is it? It's not. So that might mean that something's... Because I want the chat to come up on the... That's a bit annoying. 1 second. Hopefully now. Hopefully the text chat box should come through on the stream. I don't know why it wasn't before. Doesn't look like it is now either. Anyway, I'll just answer what you were asking. Sorry, Ginger Guy 125. Yeah, typical Canelo tactics, mate. I mean, how many fights now has he had some form of rehydration clause, you know, inserted into the contract? And we'll just have to see. We have to see how it impacts Kovalev. Obviously, you'd rather not have a rehydration clause. You'd rather not have Canelo having that edge. And this is why Canelo's done a lot for the sport and for himself in terms of winning these belts and things like that. But it's always that asterisk with him, not only with the failed test, but also these clauses that he's putting in and giving him whatever edge he can take. It's annoying, but I mean, it comes through the fights, and whatever edge you can take, you do take it, don't you? These boxing, these fine lines, fine margins. When with Canelo, it's like people say this thing like he's not a fight that needs this sort of stuff because he's just got so many facets about him. I think everyone can agree here that Canelo is a talented fighter. But yeah, sometimes you just think, you know, he doesn't need to do this. But yeah, like the consensus is, like it seems to be with every single Canelo fight. I was saying this to my friend. You know, if a judge in Canelo versus Floyd Mayweather had it that wide for Canelo, you're never gonna beat Canelo on the cards. Triple G beat him, in my opinion, in the first fight. The second fight was a lot closer, but I still think Triple G won it, and it was a draw and a win for Canelo. Kovalev's gonna have to do something to beat Canelo, and he's got to answer some questions if he can take the power. If Kovalev can box like he did against Eleider Alvarez, I mean, it's almost as if it's going to be a waste because he's not going to be able to beat him on the cards. So, excuse me. You know, it's one of them, innit? Let me see if I can get this thing up or not. It's really frustrating, actually. Sweet Caroline is bellowing out as Anthony Crolla is walking towards the ring for his final time. Anthony Crolla, man, had a good career. People never thought he'd get this far, and he has. And fair play to the guy. Had his ups and downs throughout his career. Had his injuries. Won a title against Darles Perez. Been boxing in Manchester. He's great for Manchester as well. Bruce Buffer giving him his final introduction. I think he'll be one of those people as well that, you know, they don't he will end up, you know, retiring and leaving the sport as opposed to coming back, a la, you know, your Nigel Benns and things, who actually is now, obviously, I think you all guys know, is packed in, hasn't he? But that card seems to be still going forward. Nigel Benn versus not the Nigel Benn fight. The card seems to be going forward with Tommy Jacobs as the main event, elevated to main event against Joshua Clottey. So not Ricardo Mayorga as originally thought. Joshua Clottey is stepping in to fight Tommy Jacobs, which is now elevated to the main event for that card. Right, let's see if this works now. Let's test. So I'm just going to test this subscriber. Right, okay, so that's come up. So the chat should also come up as well. I don't know why it hasn't. I will sort that out for Canelo vs Kovalev, so the chat comes up on the screen. Yeah, I'll sort that out so the chat, your guys' chat comes up on the screen for Canelo versus Kovalev and UFC 244. I don't know why it's not coming up now. It's a little bit frustrating, but again, at 2 AM, if you guys do join me, I'll have that sorted out so you can see the chat on here as well. Just annoying that. I don't know why it's... Whilst Frank Urquiaga, I think I'm pronouncing that right, is making his way towards the ring. He's now in the ring, sorry. So I'm just going to see if I can do something here. Chat box. Where's chat box? Right. Copy that. Let's go into here. Text chat box. Let's copy that into here. Hopefully something's happening now. Yeah? No? Anthony Crolla is making his entrance to the ring for the final time in his career. Anthony Crolla. I'm skeptical about Saudi women's boxing. I noticed in the women's WWE match they were still covered up and wearing t-shirts on top of religious modesty, baggy tops and boxing. This is the thing. Like I said, there's still that difficult hurdle for women's boxing because you're gonna have to have some areas shown, aren't you? Because you need to for boxing to score those points. To show who scored what point in the round if you're scoring it in that sort of way, or what punches have connected to X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? So it's still a difficult hurdle to go over, but they're working on it actively to get that fight next. But no, I don't want to see baggy tops. I want to see the women boxing like they do in the UK, America, other places. So they've got to work on it. I think they will. I think we'll get there and it'll be great. Good old Michael Buffer's got to force him on the cards for his birthday. 72. Dude, I mean, the guy, when you see him up close and personal, man, he looks a lot, he looks younger. He still looks younger. He doesn't look 72, and he's like got that Hugh Hefner stuff about him, man. Proper G. Michael Buffer is a proper G. Well deserved for him. Indeed, $1 million Crolla. The guy can't feel like $1 million now. After a long boxing career, he probably feels like a couple of, like 150 quid. Boxing is a tough career, but $1 million Crolla, man, getting that last dance, getting to go out on his own terms, which is important for it seems to be important for boxers going out on their own terms. And like Ricky Burns, you guys have probably seen the brilliant IFL interview from Andy McCart and Ricky Burns backstage, where Ricky's obviously emotional and Andy's like, no, come on, you got to have another fight, have your last fight in Scotland. And if they're still able to do it and they're willing to go out on their own terms and have these fights in their like hometowns, they should have them and have these like retirement fights on their own terms for sure. Like Anthony Crolla is getting here and having that quote unquote closure, because you don't want him coming back 27 years down the line and fighting in Genting Arena, do you? Too right, mate. 75. If I was Eddie, I would throw in one extra. Yo, boom, 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 boom. Good to see you here. Appreciate you being here, bro. Don't forget to join me live at 2 AM covering Canelo Kovalev and UFC 244. $2 Crolla. It's going to feel a little bit more than $2 Crolla. Come on. Right now, he's probably feeling $1 million. You know what I mean? Probably $1 million more. Probably $1 billion right now in his last fight. One of the nice guys is in the Anthony Crolla. He took his time. I was at the weigh-in yesterday. He took his time to stay with every single member of the crowd who came there at the hotel for the weigh-in, and to take pictures with them, soaking it all in, smile on his face. He's got, if he's feeling $2, his smile is $1 million. The guy proper has a lovely smile on his face. Like when you say about footballers when they say Ronaldinho fights with a smile on his plays football with a smile on his face, Crolla's there. Obviously, he's not boxing with a smile on his face, but he's enjoying things at the weigh, and he enjoyed every single minute of it. Lovely to see, taking those pictures of the fans. JG02, the fight hasn't started yet. It's about to start any moment. The official introductions are just happening from Michael Buffer right now. JG02, I've never seen you here before on the channel. Great to have you. Smash like and subscribe to the channel. I do these live reactions, and I'm live reacting at 2 AM for UFC 244 and Canelo versus Kovalev. So it'll be great to see you on that stream as well. Man, this is so annoying that the text chat box isn't showing up. Can I test the chat? All widgets. Chat box. No, no. There we go. Sweet, I've got it. That was really annoying, but I've got it now. So you guys you should now be able to see your comments on the stream. Unfortunately, I've got that towards the last fight, but that will now be active for Canelo versus Kovalev later on, so you guys can see your comments on the stream for that one. JG02 is a new lion in the camp. Thank you so much, JG02, for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you doing that, bro. I appreciate you joining and giving me your support. Great to have you on board, JG02. A new line in the camp. I probably need to change that now to something else. Maybe like You Big Dosser. So give me your suggestions for a new widget sound. A new quote to introduce new people to the channel. But brilliant to have you here, JG02. Tell me how to say that. I don't know how to say it. Retiring after this, is he? Dylan York, he says he is. I sense a little bit of skepticism in Matthew Macklin a little bit. Maybe I'm reading that totally wrong, but I think he will. I think he's one of those who will. He deserves to have this send off as well. Proper deserved does Anthony Crolla. UK Bengali, new here too. Thank you so much for joining UK Bengali. I apologise for not giving you a official introduction. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel as well, UK Bengali. Appreciate you joining. Don't forget to join me at 2 AM for Canelo versus Kovalev. And smash the like as well as Last King of Scotland. Bell for the first round of the last fight for Anthony Crolla. The last dance is about to ring. Anthony $1 Million Crolla stepping in against Frank Urquiaga for his last fight. There's no belt on the line, is there, anymore? They've taken off the belt. Steps to the centre of the ring, does Anthony Crolla and Urquiaga. I'm going to call him Frank. I'm not going to call him Urquiaga. No one shoots any shots just yet. Just playing cat and mouse. Step into changing levels. Anthony Crolla. Shoot a couple of shots. Blocked. A shot to the body gets through from Anthony Crolla. Good jab there from Anthony Crolla. Just puts Frank off balance. Circling round to the left. Dipping down low is Anthony Crolla. Good shot to the body from Anthony Crolla. Covers up a double jab. Jab gets through onto Frank. Another jab as well. Shoots an overhead right, but misses, does Crolla. Moves out the way of a double jab right to the body. Good body shot there from Anthony Crolla as well. Moves out the way of a combination from Frank as well. Covers up a jab. Just gets in, eats a jab there, does Crolla. Covers up the two from the combination though. Throws a jab of his own as well. And another one. Good jabs here from Crolla in the first round. Takes a left hook and a right hook. Covers up an uppercut and then a left hook. Gives a jab in return. Crolla backing up his opponent. His opponent moves away from the ropes now. Changing the levels. Showing different level is Anthony. Moves out the way of a right hook. A little bit low there from Crolla. Double jab there from Crolla is covered up by Frank. Nothing has really got through just yet as Crolla covers up from a three-punch combination, ending with a hook to the body. He catches it well on his gloves. Good shot there. Good hook to the body from Crolla. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 punch combination from Frank Urquiaga. Most of them were blocked. I think the 5th and the 6th punch got through ending with a hook at the end, which got through from Frank onto Crolla. Stepping forward with a single jab is Crolla. Changing the level, is giving steps forward with a jab. Steps forward with a jab, then slips the right hand. As the bell for the first round of Anthony Crolla's last fight rings. Boom, boom. I want an upset or controversy again, like always. I mean, who doesn't like a bit of controversy in the boxing ring? But I think on this one, I think I want to see Crolla win this one. I think I want to see things go to plan. Crolla losing this round. I'm not scoring it. I might score Canelo versus Kovalev just for fun. I might score it. I don't tend to really score fights. I like to just sit back and enjoy them, but I might actually score Canelo versus Kovalev. Every fight, I love controversy. I'm an asshole. Fair enough to you. Like, I mean, it's a bit boring, you know. If you don't get those, you must have loved, right? I mean, you must have loved an AJ getting knocked out by Ruiz, right? In that sort of sense, if you like that controversy. I can't say I loved it, but it did introduce just a crazy element to the, you know, the heavyweight division, something totally unexpected out of the blue. Bell for the second round rings. Collar on this front foot. Frank Urquiaga on the back foot. Steps out of the way, or ducks under, sorry, 1-2. Shooting a jab a couple of times, then shoots to the body. Does Crolla. They're just poshing at the moment. Neither of them are, I think both of them are trying to counter each other. I think that's what they kind of look for. A counter shot. There we go. Shooting to the body is Crolla. Double jab there from Frank. Just covered up by the guard. Shoots an overhand right. Misses. Good left hook to the body there from Frank. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5-punch combination. Mostly covered by Crolla. Steps in with, gets an uppercut off, and then they clinch. In the clinch, Crolla shoots a right hook to the body. It lands on the back. Right hook to the head. Lands to the back of the head of Frank, who complains to the referee, who then administers a warning to Crolla. Crolla looks to touch gloves and then go forward. Steps in forward with a jab to the body. And a double jab to the head as Frank moves towards his left and on the back foot. Good right hand there from Frank on Crolla to the head. An overhand right, trying to get through the guard. And one lands on the top of the head and another one. And then one to the body, trying to drop the hands with a body shot there. A couple of those got through. Both of them, well, they were partially blocked, but they got through as well. You could see it. Double jab right hand. Crolla moves out of the way a bit, just inches away from it landing there. Tries to shoot 2 uppercuts, but they miss. Good double jab gets through from Crolla. Then eats a right hook to the body. Left hook there from Crolla on Frank. Good left hook there, and a left hook to the head from Frank. Right hand, left hook. Right hands and left hooks getting in. They're covered by Crolla, but they're getting through as well. He doesn't want to be taking too many of those. Again, complaining that he's been hit to the back of the head is Frank. Frank Urquiaga is on his hopping on his toes. Crolla looking just a little bit flat-footed here. He's got his opponent on the ropes, but not shooting off just yet. They go head to head. Crolla shoots a left straight and then a hook combination. It's blocked. Dips out of the way of a hook. Eats a triple jab there. 3, 4, 5, just winging in there. Reminds me a little bit about Beltran a little bit here, just the way he throws combinations. And what the hell's happened there? Frank Urquiaga's thrown to the floor. It looked like he was knocked out, but he was just playing possum there. I don't know what that was about. I think he's just complaining that he got thrown to the floor. He's not going to be liked by the crowd if he keeps doing these sort of things. Obviously complaining about getting hit to the back of the head. Obviously he shouldn't be, but that little bit there, that little bit sort of dive sort of thing, it's not going to give him the love of the crowd. This Frank fella is doing all right though. He's upsetting. I think he's not here to lose by any sort of means. I'm backing Crolla to lose. Fair enough. You can Bengali if you are. It seems like it's a tough fight so far. I didn't like that because my great uncle trained AJ in the amateurs. He's one of the coaches in Finchley ABC, Gary Foley. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, you know what? With the AJ thing, I didn't realize how much a fan I was of AJ until I saw him knocked down for the first time. Because when I knocked down for the first time in that fight, because when he got knocked down, I was like, "Fuck! Come on, AJ! Come on! You can do this! Come on! Get back up and win this fight." I really wanted him to proper go and do Ruiz. Otherwise, before it's just a little bit like, yeah, he's gonna do it. Well, X, Y, Z. You know what I mean? When he got knocked down, I was like, "Come on, get up there," kind of thing. So yeah, it kind of makes you realize those moments how much. If someone that gives AJ a stick, those moments kind of make you realize how much of a fan you are of the guy. But Frank's not liking the body shots. Yeah, he's not like I can get thrown on the floor either. Come on, Frank. Says UK in Bengali. Stepping on the front, got shot to the body there from just a light jab from Crolla, showing different levels. Light jab from Crolla, then ending with a left hook, gets through. Good double hook to the body there, I think it was, and then a right hook to the body from Crolla. Eats a shot as he tries to come through, gets in a left hook, then shoots to the body, going high and low is Anthony Crolla, low than high, sorry, is Anthony Crolla. Shoots to the body, then tries to get an overhand. Does Frank, but Crolla reads it. Moving towards his left is Frank, trying to get out of the way, but Crolla cuts off the ring, then engages with a couple of shots on the inside. Covers up with a 4-5 punch combination, then a 3-punch combination, ending with a left hook to the body from Frank on Anthony Crolla. Then there's a jab, then a left hook, gets through from Frank. Good double jab there from Anthony Crolla. Good jab to the body from Crolla. Tries to shoot an uppercut, which is completely out of range there. Good left hook there from Frank. Frank looking a little bit cumbersome though. I think he's not as, the output isn't quite there as much as it was before. Frank looking a little bit tired as well, a little bit. I think here we go. Good shot there. Good couple of shots there coming in from Frank. But he's looking tired. He looks tired to me. Good shot there, though, on the inside from Frank. Not got the output that he has had in previous rounds as Frank Urquiaga. Good right hand, though. Good chopping right hand from Frank. Covering up there is Anthony Crolla, trying to get in on the inside, trying to force his way. They go to head here. Nothing quite gets through from either of them. Good double left hook to the body there from Frank on Crolla. I don't think he liked that. Taking 3 left hooks there, then eats a right hook in return from Crolla. Good bit of action. He moves that way. Right hook, left hook from Crolla on Frank. Low shot there. Dangerous, dirtily low there from Frank Urquiaga as he laughs about it as he's told to go towards the opposite corner. Smiled about hitting that low blow as he then holds the top apron to prop himself up. He's looking tired. I thought that was a very cheap shot there. That was so uncalled for. What the fuck was that about? Here we go. Will Gaming. Hopefully Crolla wins. Yeah, I mean apart from you Game Bengali, I think we're all rooting for Anthony Crolla. 15 of you guys here, 15 likes. If you're new here, smash the like and subscribe to the channel. I cover boxing. I give you live reactions. I'm able to give you my insight because I also interview for Boxing News TV. So go over to Boxing News TV and subscribe to that channel. Check out some of the interviews that I've done. I was at the weigh-in yesterday. Got a couple of interviews as well. But smash the like and subscribe to the channel if you want live reactions. And join in here with the guys that are in here every week. I cover of boxing from a different sort of angle. Like to be a little bit funny about it, but then have these live reactions for the big fights. I'll be live reacting at 2 a.m. for Canelo vs Kovalev and the UFC 244 card. So please do join me. Enver boy, Crolla win, Crolla winner. The odds are turning against Crolla. Fix 1.50 bets. Yes, 1.5 Wilder. 10,000 on Crolla. What? Have you got 10 grand on Crolla, Enver boy? Have you got 10,000 euros on Crolla? Excuse me. Yeah, have you got 10,000 euros on Crolla? I'm waiting on Crolla on points. Last King of Scotland. Hope that that comes through for you. I don't think you should advise people to gamble their money. I'm not gambling. I'm not advising anyone to gamble. I'm just asking if people have that. I'm not a gambler at all. But I mean, if people are gambling, I'm just saying I hope it comes through for them. That's all. I'm gonna say Canelo by KO and Diaz by KO. I'll get back to that after the end of this round. World Gaming. Good to see you here. If you're new here, smash like and subscribe on the channel. Josh AH as well. Good to see you here. I haven't seen you here before. Smash the like and subscribe to the channel as well. Great to have you guys here. A jab, then a right hook combination from Crolla lands on the gloves of Frank. Tries to get him with a double jab, but it's covered up by Frank Urquiaga, who now steps off to the back foot towards the ropes, trying to get a bit of a rest here. Crolla is working here, aiming towards the head, then shoots the body, eats a right hand as he tries to come in on the inside. A jab to the head from Crolla. Tries to hit an overhand right, but misses, but then an uppercut comes through. They're head-to-head here. An overhand right is launched from Frank. It's covered up. Overhand right, then two low punches there. Well, they're on the belt line a little bit. Looked low for me. It's hit by Frank. A couple of uppercuts Frank eats as well. Frank circling towards his left. Output isn't there as much as it was in the previous rounds. He's trying to catch Crolla. He's trying to catch Crolla is what he's doing. Does catch Crolla there with a right. 1, 2, 3 punch combination. The right gets through as well. Tries to shoot an overhand right. 2 overhand rights gets through. Eats an uppercut. Does Frank as well on the inside. Another right hand shot by Frank. And Crolla eats it. Left hook, right hook from Frank. Big shots here being exchanged. Heavy leather here from the two. Eats a body shot, does Frank as well. Dip in low, and then gets caught, does Crolla. Stepping forward with a double jab, but Urquiaga's out of range. Stepping forward with a left. This time Crolla's out of range, now on the back foot as he switches stances. Eats a jab there, does Frank. Looking a lot more tired here now. As he comes on the inside, Frank shoots a right hook and catches Crolla as the bell for that round rings. Here we go. Got a grand on Kovalev. I'm not a betting man. I hope it comes through for you, Josh. Smash like and subscribe to the channel. I haven't seen you here before. It'd be great to have you on board. I do these live reactions. I'm covering Canelo Kovalev and UFC 244 at 2 a.m. So do join me. Cover boxing from a different angle. Try and make you laugh in the videos. Got a lot more content coming along the way. I interview for Boxing News TV as well, so go to Boxing News TV and subscribe to that channel and check out some of the interviews. Some interviews and stuff will be coming on this channel as well in the future, so do look out for those as well and different content. But for now, live reacting on the channel. It'll be great to have you guys here on board as well. Good luck, man. 10k is a bit mad. It is Last King, isn't it? But that'll be the biggest win on this channel. Just seen that the women's fight on Canelo card is 10 times. Is it? That's interesting. That's very interesting, AA. So why is that 10 times 3 minutes round? Unless it's an error. Because I remember in Katie Taylor vs Delphine Pursoon, in the first round, they put the timer as 3 minutes. And I was a bit confused. I was like, have I got this wrong? I was like, no, I haven't. So unless that's an error, but if it isn't an error, that's very interesting. Very interesting, AA. Crolla gonna lose. I think that's WBC new rules, AMA. Okay, WBC doing some good work then there. I'll get back to you guys here as the bell for the next round rings. Good body shot from Frank. Changing the angle, changing the level is Crolla as he dips low, but he's still standing in front of Frank. which is the issue. So Frank's able to catch him with a couple of shots. Stepping forward, covers up with a left hook as he moves, shifts towards body towards the left as Frank Urquiaga. Good 1-2 from Anthony Crolla. Misses with a jab, does Frank. Eats a left hook in return as he tries to step forward from Anthony Crolla. Good work there from Crolla. Tries to shoot an uppercut, which is blocked. Blocks a right hand as Anthony, and then steps in with a double jab. Changes the level again, then tries to step up into a 1-2, but it's covered by Frank. As Anthony Crolla steps forward, Frank is pumping out a double jab to try and put him off at times. He just done it a couple there, but he's now stopped doing that as I've said it. Tries to check with a couple of left hooks there, does Anthony Crolla, but they don't get through on Frank. Steps in with a jab, but it's covered up by Crolla. Tries to shoot a left hook to the body, but it just kind of skewers off. 1, 2, 3, ending with a left hook. Misses wildly from Frank. Looking tired here, stepping off on the back foot. Not a lot of movement now. Just keep throwing to the body, Anthony, because this guy looks like he's tiring. Missing now with his shots as well. Left hook wings through wildly. Crolla was able to dip out the way of it. Left hook to the body gets through from Frank. Eats a right hook, was that? Misses with a 3-punch combination. Gets in with a right hook on the inside as Crolla comes forward, which is a good shot from Frank. Stepping forward with that jab. 1, 2, 3-punch combination with a right uppercut and a right hook. I think it was on the end of that. Gets through from Frank on Crolla as he steps forward. Looking a little bit leggy now is Frank. Looking tired. The shoulders are working. They're looking like these are a tired man. The hands are down. Just jumping and stepping towards the left. Does shoot a good right hand, but Anthony's coming on stronger. He's complaining about a low shot though to the referee. 7-punch combination, mostly blocked as the bell for that round rings. Let's see what you guys are saying. Frank's breathing out his ass. Crolla's got this. He's breathing out his ass even more in that round. Smash the like and subscribe. There's 16 of you guys in here. If you're new here, please, I would appreciate if you smash the like and subscribe to the channel. Great to have you guys here joining on board with the live reactions. Last King, cheers mate. Didn't know what was happening. Kovalev might be paid to lose. Boxing is a shady business. Boxing is a very, very shady business. I hope that Kovalev isn't being paid to lose, but he says he's not got a lot of fights left, and he's, what is it, $3 million purse, and then Canelo's getting like $35 million. That's absolutely fucking crazy. But $3 million isn't a bad bit of money if you can get it. I heard the interview the other day. Anthony Crolla win 1.7 and 15 grand. Palita de Pescada. I don't speak, I think it's Spanish. I apologize, but great to have you here. Smash the like and subscribe to the channel. This is supposed to be part of the plan to grow women's boxing. Hopefully it is. Anthony Crolla win 15 grand. Women's is not my cup of tea personally, but good luck to them. Hell yeah. WWC doing some good work. That's an oxymoron if I ever heard one. Yeah, man. What with, the franchise champion and things like that. You know. WBC, like Mauricio Suleiman couldn't even explain what the franchise champion was. Jesus. Ember, sorry for your loss, man. Ginger guy, lol. Winner, Crolla 15k. You're gonna Crolla. Crolla started to take over. Yeah, he has. Come on, Crolla. Got 500 on him. Fucking hell, big bones here. This madman got 10k. He has, man. Fucking hell. Is he upped it to 15? 10k is throwing away money. I'm back, made some food. Haha, what's been happening? Good to have you back here, Dylan York. Hope you're enjoying your food. At the moment, Frank looked pretty good at the start, but now he's starting to tire, and Crolla's starting to come on a little bit more. What round are we in? We're in the 6th round here, so Crolla's now starting to take over because Frank's looking a little bit tired and look a bit heavy in the shoulders, a bit leggy as well. It looks to have recuperated a little bit here in this 6th round, but in the last round, he looked quite tired. I'm not saying I'm a bit skeptical at times, but I feel Cover would need to get a KO just to get a draw. Mate, that's what what the consensus is. Whenever it comes to Canelo, it's like you're not going to win on the cards. I know that's not new information to anyone, but it's just one of those things. And the thing with the Canelo is he's got you cannot contest the chin on Canelo. The guy's got a fucking beard on him. Right hook from Crolla. Shot to the body. He's covering up well the combinations from Frank as he steps forward now. He's looking to keep a tight guard as he steps forward, which is pretty good work. Good left hook there. Check left hook from Anthony Crolla as he's now backing up towards the ropes and then moves out of the way and takes the center of the ring. Hits a 3-punch combination of 1-2, then a third being a left hook to the body. Then shoots a right hook to the body. Good work there. Stepping out range, dipping low as Frank Urquiaga wings in long left hooks, which Crolla's able to see and dip out the way of. Good double left hook there from Anthony Crolla, and then a double jab. As the chant from the crowd is, "Oh, Anthony Crolla." There's a lot of stars here. I've seen McCann in the crowd. Obviously, the Gallagher gym are out in full force supporting the boy. Good left hook there as Frank steps forward, ducking out of the way as he steps onto the ropes as Anthony Crolla as that bell for that round, the 6th round rings. My miss would kill me, pal. 10k on a bet. It's fucking crazy money being swung around here. I went for Garcia KO and Canelo on points. That's a tough fight though. Garcia versus Duno. I know a lot of people are calling that a tough fight, and it's a step up. It's a big test. Come on, Crolla. I think it will go the distance. How many more rounds are in this? I think it will end up going the distance. If anything's happening, it will be Frank Urquiaga who tires, because he looked a little bit tired in the last couple of rounds, but seems to now have got a second wind. If anything does happen, it'll be Crolla knocking him out or stopping him by some sort of referee stoppage because the guy's just knackered. But it looks like I think it's very easy to say this will go the distance. Again, whilst waiting for the next round, smash the like and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Great to have you guys on board. Great to see some new faces in here. Enver Boy, Josh AH, Ginger Guy 125, Enver Bay as well. Call it pillar hunts. Yeah, I know, man. I'm just saying, like, if there is going to be stoppage, I think it would be likely to be an overwhelming of punches as opposed to anything crazy. But Frank looked to be tired in the last few rounds, but now he looks to have got that second wind. The 7th round rings. Good body shot there from Anthony Crolla. Slips out the way of a right hook, then lands a left hook to the body, does Anthony Crolla. Steps forward with a 1-2-3 punch combination, ending with a right hook. The right hook just misses from Anthony Crolla. Double jab, triple jab now. The triple jab just misses. Left hook there to the body from Anthony Crolla as he steps back, and Frank Urquiaga is now on the front foot. They're in the center of the ring. Crolla's backing towards the ropes, then steps forward, then clinches. Frank being slippy in the clinch, slips out of the clinch, eats a double jab, triple jab there from Anthony Crolla. Slips a jab, then shoots a left hook to the body. Does Crolla. Crolla dipping low, changing his height, stepping forward with a jab, then backs towards the ropes. Then switches the position on Frank and backs Frank towards the ropes, who then moves to his left to stay off of the ropes. Eats a right hook whilst he's moving. A left hook, right hook combination from Crolla on Frank as Frank tries to wing in an overhand right from far, which Crolla sees. Double jab from Anthony. Single jab from Frank in return misses. Crolla on his feet, circling now, moving out of the way towards his left. Dipping low again. Now backed up into the corner, but he moves out of the way and then takes the center of the ring. Steps forward with a 1-2. A left hook and a right hook to the body, then a left hook and a straight to the head of Frank. Good left hook there, though, from Anthony Crolla as well. Dipping low and then shooting a left hook. Looked a little bit low there, did that left hook. 1-2-3 4-punch combination there. 3-4-punch combination as well, followed up from Frank as Anthony Crolla dips low and towards his left, moving his head off the center line to get out of the way of those punches. Shoots a uppercut to the body and then one to the head. Does Anthony Crolla. Hard to call this at times, fucking hell. Good work here in this round from Anthony. Good right hook. Eats a right hook on the inside. A short right hook from Frank. Good body shot there. Just towards the end of the round from Frank. And then a 1-2 on the inside from Crolla. Good right hook to the body from Crolla. Good round, that one. Ginger Guy 125. Why is Adelaide Bird still working though? Did you see her? The hash her husband made a not so long back. Who's this in the crowd? Sorry. Mate, the hash Adelaide Bird made. Fucking hell. In, what was it? Fury versus Wilder. Fucking hell. The amount of fire she came under, and deservedly so. Fuck me. What's the sorry, what's the thing going on about with her husband? Just refresh my memory on that. But yeah. Adelaide Bird, man. Adelaide Bird, eh? D-Man, good to see you in here, D-Man. I need Crolla for stoppage. Couple of conflicting bets here from the community here. You guys, yeah. Guys, do come back and do join me 2 AM for Canelo versus Kovalev and UFC 244. Do not forget. You mad? Crolla can't even stop his sister. I'm not saying Crolla is going to stop his sister. I'm just saying that I can see that if it does, I'm just saying if it does get stopped, it's going to be Crolla because Frank looked tired. It doesn't look now. I was just saying it back then. If there were to be a stoppage, that was what I'd see happening. But like you're saying, I know obviously Crolla isn't the most concussive of punchers. I'm just saying, and that's what I could have seen in the last couple of rounds because Frank looked knackered. Crolla hasn't stopped anything since that burglar. Hell yeah, Last King of Scotland with the crocking jokes. But he kept the TV. Oh dear. I'm surprised that Eddie's here, by the way. I would have thought he'd be over in America for Canelo Kovalev. Very surprised. Double jab from Frank, and then in return a double jab from Crolla. Neither of those jabs get through. Good left hook, then an uppercut to the body, ending with a right hook from Crolla. Centre of the ring are both of them. Neither of them want to give any sort of edge here. Double jab is taken on the gloves from Crolla to Frank. Steps in with a right hook, which is covered up from Frank. Now, Crolla takes a back step towards the rope, dips low, changes his height, then moves out the way of Frank, and now back into the center of the ring. Clinching in the middle of the ring. Now they just slip out of the clinch themselves. Not a lot of action in this round here. Good jab there from Crolla, and then he takes a back step. Now on the ropes is Crolla. Doesn't want to be on the ropes for too long. Now moves out of the way. Well done. Takes the center ring. Shoots a left hook to the body as well. Double jab from Crolla. Now back on the ropes again. Then shoots a left hook. Then moves towards the left. Covers up a 3-punch combination on the gloves. Good body shot there from Frank. Good left hook from Frank. Back in the center of the ring, they trade jabs. Crolla with a single jab. Frank with a 1-2, but Crolla dips low and the 1-2 miss. There's a bell for that round. Tolls. Garcia fight fix. Watch Garcia knock him out. I don't know, man. Potentially. Who knows if it's fixed, but that Duno is a tough fight. On paper, Duno is a tough fight. A step up for Ryan Garcia, and we'll see if Ryan Garcia's got that bit about him. You'll have to come through Duno if he has. And Ryan Garcia has the world at his feet. The guy has everything you'd want to be marketable, to be a cash cow like Canelo. good looking dude, speaks well. He's Mexican. He can speak English, or he's American, whatever his background is. But anyway, he has that kind of heritage, and he has what it takes to be one of the next big stars in boxing. He just obviously has to back it up in the ring, doesn't he? D-Man Canelo gets it today. Who's going for Kovalev? Anybody going for Kovalev? I'd love to know if people... Imagine, though. Could you imagine the scenes, though, if Kovalev knocks out Canelo? That would be fucking crazy. Is that a bigger shock? Is Kovalev knocking out Canelo a bigger shock than Ruiz beating AJ? Because I think people might think that... Just on the surface of it, I think that would be a bigger shock if Kovalev were to knock out Canelo. I think that would be a bigger shock. Let's be honest, old Frank's just in the ring for the last hurrah for Crolla. Hell yeah. Yeah, I think so. I want to watch the UFC later. Good to see you. Good to see you that you'll be on board later, Dylan York. I'd love to see Canelo get stopped brutally. It'd be fucking crazy, man. It'd be absolutely crazy. Imagine if he got stopped like how Khan got stopped by Canelo. That'd be absolutely mad. Robert Bird didn't hear the bell when he was reffing the Breeders' Glory WB. Oh shit, yeah. Of course. There's been a couple of times. You remember that Triple G versus, was it Daniel Gill? And that round went on for like fucking 4 minutes. What the fuck was that about? Who do you think is going to win between Canelo and Kovalev? Will Gaming, I'm going for Canelo. It's the shit easy pick. But I'm going for Canelo. I think Canelo will stop him late in the 10th round with a body shot. We need promoter fights. Hearn versus David Higgins. Boom, boom. Hearn versus David Higgins would be a great to watch. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Last King of Scotland's just said it there, David Higgins. They did the face-to-face, didn't they? They did the face-to-face. Smash the like and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Do not forget, I do these live reactions. Great to have you guys on board here on the channel. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll hear a notification welcoming you. Do these live reactions. I cover boxing, cover the big fights. I do videos from a different sort of angle, bringing new content out, trying to make you laugh as well in the sport boxing and entertain you. Also do interviews for Boxing News TV. Check that channel out as well and check out some of the interviews I've done. Kovalev jabs his head and arms off. Let's go back to the fight and I'll come back to the chat. Not a lot of action here. It's caught my eye. A couple of left hooks. A lot of good body work has gone through from both men in this fight. I've been enjoying the body work that's come through. Good left and right hooks to the body. Some peaches of shots. Peaches of shots at times. Good shot there from Frank there, as I said that. And then eats one in return to the body from Crolla. Crolla shooting the jab, then hooks off of the jab. 3 straight punches from Frank Urquiaga. He's now dropping again his hands. Looking a little bit leggy again is Frank. What round are we at? 9 of 10. So there's one more round left to go in Anthony Crolla's last fight. One more round for Last King of Scotland to win his bet. Good 1-2 from Frank on Crolla. There's a bell for the 9th round rings. Kovalev jabs his head and arms off. Yeah, listen, like if this is the thing, Kovalev has it in his locker to fight Canelo Alvarez like he fought Eleider Alvarez. Put in a great performance there, kept his distance, didn't go gung-ho. Because that's the thing with Kovalev. Kovalev relied a lot on his power because he could get people out. You don't get called a crusher if you don't have the power. And he neglected at times some of his boxing. And Buddy McGirt brought that back for him in that second performance against Eleider Alvarez. And he can do that against Canelo. The problem is with that style is you aren't going to beat Canelo on points, are you? So that's the issue. So you have to say that he beats him. He's got to beat him by knockout. I'm going to call this last round, Crolla's last round, and I'll come back to the chat. 10th and final round of Anthony Crolla's career as the curtain comes down on Anthony Crolla in Manchester. One of the nicest guys in boxing, $1 million Crolla. Oh, Anthony Crolla rings out from the Manchester crowd. A lot of stars are out in force to... They're giving it... Matthew Macklin is giving it 87-85 to Anthony Crolla. 2 rounds in it. Double jab from Anthony Crolla. Stepping in the front of the ring. He steps forward with a double jab just out of range. One single jab gets through from both men. Now on the back foot is Crolla as he steps back and then lands a single short jab. Now backing towards the ropes. Hits a jab but misses with the uppercut. Lands 2 single jabs on Frank Urquiaga and another one. As he's back towards the left-hand side of the ropes now. Single jab and then a right hook comes through from Frank. Then a uppercut gets back in return. Tries to shoot an uppercut and then a jab, but misses from Anthony Crolla. Eats 2 left hooks there from Frank Urquiaga. He's not moving off the ropes here. Crolla now he does. Steps to the center of the ring, gets off a couple of shots of his own. Now backing up Frank Urquiaga to the ropes. Eats a single jab there. Good jab from Crolla. Double jab, but Frank Urquiaga moves out of the way. Good movement there from Crolla to move out of the way of that 4-punch combination. But doesn't reply. Last minute of Anthony Crolla's career here. Not a lot of output from him in this round as he eats a hard right hand. Then gets in a 3-punch combination ending with a right hook. Gets through on the right hook. Gets through with a double jab as well as he dips up from dipping down. Gets up from dipping down, sorry. Shoots a lazy 1-2, does Frank. Sees it. Then goes low, then high with a left hook. And then a left hook to the head. 1-2 is blocked from Crolla to Frank. Slips out of the way of a right, then gets back with a 1-2, but it's partially blocked. Left hook is partially blocked as well from Frank. Backing up now towards the ropes. Now moves out of the way. Good left hook to the body, then to the head, ending with an uppercut. Final bell for Anthony Crolla as Crolla's career rings. Takes the adulation of the crowd. Frank Urquiaga thinks he's won. Crolla will obviously think he's won. We'll await the decision. Matthew Macklin's got it by 1 round to Frank Urquiaga, but says he could see it the other way as well. We'll await the scorecards here. Tough fight there. Frank Urquiaga obviously came to win. Judges are on Canelo payroll. No chance for Kovalev on points. I mean, yeah. He's got to knock him out, hasn't he? Even if he gets like knockdowns, he's still going to knock him out. Mike Tyson versus Wilder. Mike Tyson. I'd go Mike Tyson, mate. AJ hands down my favourite fighter. AJ is a fighter I like as well. If AJ's winning, boxing in Britain is winning as well. It's the hands down face of it, isn't it? Really. UK Bengali. I know how to fix it. Tell me how they fix it. Sky has Frank up on points. Yeah, they do. By 1 round. Crolla lose and retire. I mean, this is the thing. Like, is it better for a fighter to have lost their fight because then they know that they're kind of done, as opposed to winning because then they might think there's a little bit more in the tank? Link for the fight, Mr. Mandela. I can't give you links to the fight. I apologize, mate. I wish I could, but I can't, unfortunately. But smash the like and subscribe to the channel. I do these live reactions. Try and give you a play-by-play in the best of my ability. I'll be doing UFC 244 and Canelo Kovalev. So join me later on. Live reacting to the channel. Live reacting, sorry, to the fight on this channel. Bang this dishwasher. What do you mean, bang this dishwasher? You want him to win on points, didn't you? For your bet, last King of Scotland. Odds were low to begin with and switched up mad in minutes. Crolla winner. Hope to move to next game. So, Enver Bey has won 15,000 euros. Well done to you. I'm glad you won that. I'm not a betting man myself, but well done for winning that. Smash the like and subscribe to the channel, Enver Bey. Maybe I'm your lucky charm. Maybe I'm not. Who knows? But great to have you here on the chat, interacting with us, and I hope to see you on future streams as well. Kurt 2K, send me 100. Everyone wants a piece here once you've got that money, haven't you? That's what they say. Winner not announced yet, mate. That's true. Good point. Here we go. A draw. 98, 92. 97, 93. That's got to be Crolla. Yeah, Crolla's won. Crolla's won that fight. Well done to Anthony Crolla. And his final fight as the curtain comes down on his career. 1 scores it a draw. 2 score it wide-ish for Crolla. Well, yeah, wide for Crolla. Anthony Crolla beating Frank Urquiaga in his final fight in front of his home crowd in Manchester. Anthony Crolla has won on points. By 6 and by 4, they're saying. Well done to Anthony Crolla. Well done to Last King of Scotland. Well done to Enver Bay. Not betting by myself, but well done to you guys. Smash the like and subscribe to the channel. Anthony Crolla has won. Anthony Crolla has won on points his last fight. Thought I was getting jobbed there. That would have, yeah. When the draw come in, you're probably like proper sweating bullets, like getting a little bit hot. Was it under the collar? Under the collar for Anthony Crolla. But yeah, he come through. Enver Bay, yes, Crolla has won. Enver Bay, Crolla has won. Great to see you in here, Enver Bay and Kurt2K. Please do subscribe to the channel. I do these live reactions. I'll be live reacting later. Join me from 2 a.m. Join me from 2 a.m. for Canelo versus Kovalev. Live reacting to the card there. And UFC 244. I'll be having my eyes on both of them. So smash the like and subscribe to the channel. And join me at 2 a.m. I'm going to need you guys to join me. Keeping me up over here. It's going to be really late in the morning. So it'd be great to have you in here. Helping the brother out. But yeah, I will be streaming for that, so I hope you guys can join me. Smash the like and subscribe to the channel. Go over to Boxing News TV as well and subscribe to Boxing News TV because I've been interviewing for them. I'm enjoying interviewing. Check out some of my interviews as well. I was at the weigh-in yesterday for this. Could have been here for this fight, but had some things to tie up on my end, so couldn't. But I'll be at future fights as well coming up. Might be at the Liverpool one. Going to be at the Midlands Mayhem one for sure. November 30th. I can't wait for that. That's going to be great. But yeah, smash the like and subscribe to Boxing News TV and here as well. Be great to have you guys on board in the future. Let's listen to Crolla's final speech. Getting the roar of the crowd in Manchester, his hometown, Anthony Crolla. Some of you are setting off. Boom, boom, no worries. I'll see you at 2 a.m. Boom, boom. I can't wait to see you for Canelo Kovalev and UFC 244. Do join me, guys. Do not forget. We'll be here at 2 a.m. live reacting to Canelo Kovalev and UFC 244 at the same time. So do smash the like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're here at 2 a.m. See you later, Last King of Scotland. I'll see you soon. I'll see you at 2 a.m. I'm just going to stick around for Anthony Crolla's last speech. Then I'm going to summarize and I'll head off as well. Try and get some kit before we stream again. Living the dream. $1 Million Crolla. They're bringing in Joe Gallagher. He turns up at the gym. Good to see the crowd sticking around as well. Great to see. Man, like the guy had you know, ups and downs in his career. People would have thought, you know, when he lost, what was it? Was it the prize fight, I think, or you know, when he fought fought and lost, and had those early defeats. That would he go on to win that world title? Well, he secured against Dallas Perez. He fought some big names. Fought Lomachenko. He's had this closing fight in Manchester. He's fucking deserved it. Had his injuries, come back from it. Get in, Anthony Crolla. So let's summarize before we get out of here. First of all, Katie Taylor beating Christina Linardatou, stepping up a weight, securing the title. Women's boxing potentially going to 3 rounds in the future. Maybe a fight in Saudi Arabia as well. Needs that kind of thing to make it kind of mainstream and in line with the UFC women as well. They should have that soon in the future, hopefully. I think it needs that. But Katie Taylor getting the win. Then Anthony Crolla in his farewell fight, winning on points against Frank Urquiaga. Anthony Crolla, the curtain comes down on his career in Manchester, in his hometown, on his own terms. End of Bay. To answer your question finally, yes, Anthony Crolla has won End of Bay. We are going to head out here. I'm going to catch some kip before we're live again for UFC 244 and Canelo vs. Kovalev. Live streaming the reaction on the channel at 2 a.m. Do not forget to join me at 2 a.m. For the fight. Hope to see you guys there. Smash the like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're here at 2 a.m. for Canelo Kovalev and UFC 244. Great to have you in here for this one. Some new guys in here, new faces. Enver Bay's joined. Kurt 2K has joined as well. Some new faces in here. Some old ones. Boom Boom's been in here. Ginger Guy 125's been in here as well. I'm scrolling up. Who else is in here? Some UK Bengalis joined as well. But don't forget as well, Josh AH is here. Ryan Garcia versus Duno is a good fight that's on there. There's a women's fight that's apparently 3 minutes as well. UFC 244, Nate Diaz against fucking Jorge Masvidal. It's going to be a great Kelvin Gastelum versus Till. We've got that all covered on this channel at 2 a.m. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to catch some kips so I can commentate for you and live react for you. And you guys hopefully will be joining me 2 a.m. I'll see you guys. Peace. Thank you for joining me on Crolla's farewell fight.